Welcome back to the Gen Z podcast. I'm Hope, and today we have Jair and Sajib. Do you want to go ahead and introduce yourselves?
Hi, my name is Jair. I'm the boys soccer varsity captain for APR Randolph.
Hello, I'm Sajid. I'm the assistant coach.
Thank you so much. I'm going to go ahead and ask you your first question. What inspired you to join the soccer team?
You want to go first? Okay. What inspired me was that when I was young, I was obese, like weighing about like 200 pounds, and had to find a sport that I loved and had to lose weight at the same time. So my dad got me into an academy, and that's when I started falling in love with soccer. And then up to freshman year, I joined the varsity team and give my best for the 4 years until this year. We got all the way to the second round of playoffs, and that's the highest that the varsity football soccer team ever been. So I feel proud of that, and yeah, basically about it.
I would say pretty much the same thing because we know each other since we were little. We grew up with each other. We seen each other like overweights and stuff. And what mostly inspired me is it's a soccer player that I used to watch while growing up. And since I saw him play, I just want to play just like him.
Thank you. This one's for Jair. As the captain of the soccer team, what do you think makes a good leader?
Ooh. What makes a good leader, what I would say is that you had to have a projected voice first, that you had to have like a good leadership. Like the players had to like you. They had to know you first. They had to like what you how you play, how you communicate with them, and overall have be like a good teammate for yourself and for your teammates. Like when they're under pressure, you can help them motivate themselves when they're losing or when they're winning. Like give them the best motivation for they could be the outstanding player they could be.
This is for both of you. How do you motivate your teammates through games and during practice?
What I'll say, in my personal opinion, I will start like joking around, doing some dumb stuff to get them like in the mood to do something for fun. And like once they're like some of them, when you go to one of the trainings, you'll see them stressed out or not following the rules or anything. Then when you start like joking around with them and tell them in a good way, they'll actually follow you.
Yeah, like what he said, I joke around with my teammates, just try to get the mood up. And if they need the best advice, they could come to me person to person and we could just talk about it. And then I'll just give them the best opinion that I can. Basically, that's all about it.
Okay. Do you have any specific routines or rituals before a match?
Uh, I'll start. What I do before a match, well, we have school, so then I leave early. So then I get to the field first. I basically, if it's our home team, we set up the cones and everything. But after that, I use like a roller to stretch out my muscles and then stretch before my teammates come, and then we do like a team stretch and then warm ups.
Pretty much the same thing. I'm just there to like make sure they all do the thing that they're supposed to do instead of just like standing there and like the heavy mooded, if that makes sense, where they just focus on winning and not like having fun while they're on the field. 'Cause you know what I mean? Like when you don't have fun, you just lose all your focus and everything. Just keep them motivated, pretty much.
How do the both of you manage all the activities you're in with soccer?
Well, for me, I have like a tight schedule. For me, I have academics first of all because we had to have the first academics to go to university or college, so we had to do one of the two. And after that, I go to soccer for like around 3 hours until after that I go to boxing because I do that for a side like a side hobby. And yeah, basically I get home like around 8 or 9. It's like a tight schedule, honestly.
I have nothing. Like I do nothing at home, so I would rather just waste my time in the field getting better instead of going home just be bored.
Okay. Jair, what inspired you to take up boxing?
Um, for me, like I said, soccer, like I said, soccer was like a hobby when my dad got into it. My dad got into me in the academy, but I didn't see any change in my body because I was still fat. And I couldn't, when I was playing against rivals and other teams, I couldn't run as much. So then I got into boxing because I got bullied because of how fat I was in middle school. So then I got into boxing and I started losing a lot of weight, a lot. I got to like 180 to like 130. So it was like truly painful. And then what? And then it taught me also how to self defense also. So then if any person or any body want to harm me, then I'll have like a ability to defend myself.
Okay.
That's basically about it.
When you're on the field, what approach do you take when it comes to making decisions?
You understand? Or
What do you mean by that? Like,
As co-coach and co-captain, how do you make decisions for your team? What approach do you take when it's time to do that?
um, gather everybody's opinion because some players have different opinion because they play in like good clubs and stuff. So we take their opinion first, and we like mix it up with our own opinion and do the same, similar or the same drills and everything during the field. And outfield, we like go to different type of fields just to play, like work out the teamwork.
Yeah, and I would say something. While we gather everyone's opinions, we use that as an advantage to like try to get them to bond each other, for they could get used to the tactics that we use, for they could use it on the opponents that we face.
Yeah, like they know how to play with each other instead of like messing up on the field.
I know games can get really tense, so how do you stay calm under pressure?
Oh, well, for me, like for us, we like to joke around. We tell them to stay. Whenever we go down by one or down by two, I always tell them, "Oh, it's okay. We have another half. We could beat them. We could come back with a comeback." For example, we was on our first round of playoffs this year. We was down 0-2 in like the first half, and then right in the second half started. I gave them a motivation to like I told him, yo, it's not over. We have another half. We have 45 minutes to equalize and take it to overtime, or we could win it. And then they got motivated, and we scored two of them in the other half, and we went to overtime. And then after overtime, We shout out to Leon. He scored a game-winning goal, which made us go to the next round. And I would say like the best thing that to keep them motivated is like just tell them that you could do it, basically.
Similar idea, but what I do, I'll make fun of them
Mm,
to get them in the like fun mood. Pretty much, I'll say some random stuff and they'll start laughing and go back on the field, do their thing.
okay. Your team seems very family friendly and very fun. So for people who want to sign up, when does the season start?
So preseason, depending on our coach, but preseason usually starts August 15 or at mid August, and then the actual season starts in the beginning of schools.
September, pretty much.
Yeah. So basically, yeah.
Okay. And do you have any tips for people wanting to get into soccer?
Uh, you want to say?
Yes, that's my personal. Don't be cocky. Don't go around telling your coach, "Oh, I play like so many positions." If you have one position that you play, just tell him that, and he'll do his best to put you on that. But if you say you have so many, he will lose hope on you. It's just how it is for every coach, especially our ex coach Kenny. He did the same thing. I told him I know how to play all. He got mad. He was like, "There's no way," and I don't care how many positions you play. Which one do you fully confidently play in? So that's just the only advice. And try to be friendly with everybody, because if not, then they will lose. Like I don't know how to say it, but they will lose an interest of talking to you in the field and stuff. So you will mess up a lot and like bring your team down.
I agree. That's basically about it.
Well, thank you so much both for your time. Stay tuned for next week's podcast.